So today we have some already smoked turkey wings cut up, and we're going to put them in a pot with some turkey broth. Then we put some seasonings in there, some Italian seasoning, some black pepper, and then I'm going to add some onions, and I minced some garlic and threw some rosemary in there. The broth is now getting low, so I added some water and I covered it. Now we have a small cabbage. Now we're going to cut that cabbage. So I cut it almost in half so we can get that part. We got to cut that out. So I start with a small knife just to try to make the pathway for the cut. And it's going to come out. There we go. Now we can cut those halves in half. Now we can start chopping away. Be careful. Get a knife that you're most comfortable with. Not just any knife. Something that's going to be easy. Back to the pot. Now the meat is starting to get tender, so what I'm going to do is try to open it up a little bit more. I'm going to let it cook to the point where it's just falling off the bone for me. Make sure it's not sticking to the pot. So now that that's mostly tender, we're going to add in a few onions. And then I'm going to put them in by handfuls. I'm going to rinse them off and clean them off and put it in a pot. Add some more broth. A little scoop of butter. Cover it. Let it start to shrink down in the pot. Mix it all around. Make sure you get a good mixing. Try to grab that turkey from the bottom of the pot up to the top, and we're going to let that cook along, mixed in with the cabbage. It gives that flavor. Pick through, you can get the skin out. Some people eat the skin, some people like it, I don't know, but I take it out. Take the skin out. Sea salt and some more seasoning. Some oregano. Season to your own desired taste. You don't want to have to eat it this way is good to me, but people have their own preferences on their seasonings they cook with. See how much that went down? We're going to now add some black pepper. It cooked down a lot. It's a small cabbage, and it's done. Now we're going to move to the macaroni and cheese. I use smaller noodles. My kids like these little small noodles, macaroni noodles. So I add 1 egg to it after I boil it and everything and let it cool down. And now we're making the cheese sauce. I added in just a couple pieces of onion. It's not hot yet, so it's still clumping. And there we go. I added that melted cheese in, but as it started to cook, I added in some Monterey Jack cheese, and I'm mixing that in as it's already hot, so it's going to just melt in with that. it's done. Look at it. Still cooking. Still cooking. And I took it out of the oven. My kids love these noodles.